Alright, so already we're making some good progress on this retweet button. Already, after one video, we can click it and we can get yeehaw from the server. I mean, what more could you want? Well, just in case you didn't want to have it say yeehaw, then I can show you how you can take this further and actually retweet something. So we're going to get rid of this yeehaw line, we'll get rid of that, and then we'll get to work on this part. So these two lines can stay the same. But then we'll get rid of this line here. This is liked. We're going to have a conditional variable, but it's going to be something slightly different to this one. With the likes, we just checked if the like exists in the users array. But here we're going to do something else. So what we're going to do here, if I just add a comment, we're going to try and delete retweet. So basically, we're going to try and delete it. And if we can delete it, it means we've essentially unretweeted it. If we can't delete it, it means it never existed to begin with, and so we can just go ahead and retweet it. So in order to do that though, we need to make a little change to our post schema, just like we did with the likes schema. So what we're going to do is add a property to this. It's going to be very similar to the likes one, so let's copy that. Let's add a comma and then paste a new one there. And this is going to be retweet users, and this will be an array of users, so keep this exactly the same, and this will basically keep track of how many users have retweeted this post. Now there's one more thing we're going to do here, and that's essentially going to be a copy of this line. So copy what we just did, add a comma, paste it in there, but this isn't going to be retweet users, it's going to be retweet data. Now the retweet data field is going to be the post that we've retweeted. Now, the reason we're doing that is because when you make a retweet, we're essentially going to create a whole new post in the post collection. But what that's going to do is check if we have retweet data available. So if one of our posts in the post collection has the retweet data field present, that means that it's actually a retweet, and then we'll go and get the data itself and then show that post. So just to say that again, the retweet is essentially a separate post in the table, right? But if this retweet data property is there, it means it's a retweet, and then to get the information, and then to get the post that we've retweeted, we just get the value of this property. Now, this isn't going to be an array, so let's get rid of the square brackets around retweet data. The retweet users one is going to be an array, because this is just an array of all the users that have retweeted this post. The retweet data one, like I said, is just the ID of the post that we're retweeting. So we need to also change this from ref user to ref post. So I know that might be a little confusing, but hopefully when we actually implement these, this will make some more sense to you. If you have any questions, just let me know. And then the last thing we're going to do is update the user schema as well, just like we did with the post schema, where we're keeping track in both. So copy this likes field, and then put a comma, paste it below, and this is going to be retweets, and it's going to be an array of posts just like this, so leave all the rest of it the same. And just like with the likes array, the reason we're keeping track of the likes here and in the post itself is because it makes it a lot easier for us to work with it later on, as you will see when we implement things like the profile page. Okay, so give that a save and go back to the posts API page. And let's go ahead and try and delete it. So like I said, we're going to make an attempt to delete it first, because if we can delete it, it means it existed, so it was already a retweet, and the user's trying to unretweet it, okay? But if it's not there, the delete will do nothing and no harm is done. So how we're going to do that is by saying var deleted post equals await, and then we'll say post dot find one and delete. So this is going to look for one result and delete it. So the reason we're not using find by ID is because we don't have the ID of the deleted post yet. We only have the repost data. So you'll see what I mean by that in just a second. But essentially, we're going to look for a post with the following condition. So firstly, we want to check that posted by is by user ID, of course. That one right here, because that means it's ours. And then the second thing we want to check is the retweet data, and the value of that is going to be post ID. If I can spell it, that is post ID. which we get from here. Now, retweet data, of course, is this new property we added. And just once more, retweet data is going to be the data for the post that was retweeted, okay? And that's it. That will essentially find one result if it exists. If it doesn't exist, then deleted post will be null. But basically, let's just add a catch block. And in fact, I'll just copy this catch block. Like I said, I'm planning on refactoring this. I just haven't really got around to it yet. So just copy and paste that catch block there for now. We'll just do the same thing. So then when we make the condition here, all we're going to do is just check deleted post. So instead of is liked, check deleted post. But we're going to check that it's not equal to null in order to do the poll. So if deleted post was not null, it means it found a post and deleted it. In which case we need to remove this post from the reposts. Otherwise we add it to the set, because deleted post will only have a value if it deleted something, because find one and delete will delete the post and then return the post that was deleted to you. And I think that's a good place to leave it, but what we'll do just before we stop this video is just we'll just return and then res.status 200, and then finally send, and then just put option, and we can just verify that it's giving us the add to set option. So I'll just make sure we're actually, we're still logging that, great. So let's just go ahead and restart this and just check that it worked. So refresh the page, log in, and then let's click the retweet button, and we should see add to set, which we do. Happy days.